So yesterday we discussed about relative layout, right? So today we will concentrate on the next layout, that is a linear layout. We will concentrate. So we will create one new project here. So I'm creating one new project here. So just a minute. Android Studio has started just now, so it is loading.
Okay.
I'm creating new project on the name of linear we will create. So I'm selecting here empty views activity. So here I'm giving this name as linear. So I'm click on finish. Now we will see here. So this linear layout. So linear layout has two orientations. One is vertical, other is a horizontal. Means in a linear layout, we can create either elements in a horizontal or vertical. So directly, so that everything like we can go with the master, like we can create one parent. Within a parent, we can create the child. Parent and child combination only if we can work out in this. Otherwise, either we can set up only vertical or only horizontal that we can create here. So now once this project is load, here we can able to create here the desktop. Yeah, almost the project has loaded. So now move. So I'm changing this to linear layout. So for linear, L should be capital. So linear layout. Right. So for this, now we will give here the orientation. So for this layout, extra one more parameter you have to give, that is Android orientation. So we should give the orientation equal to vertical. Right. So we have to give the orientation as vertical. Then even today for this also, I'm deleting this text view. So we can go with the buttons only. Even today also, we can go with the buttons. Right. So here I deleted completely this. Let once this page has loaded fully, here we can add the buttons one by one like yesterday. Right. So this is loaded here. So we'll zoom this now. Here I'm adding the button. So like similar yesterday. So we'll add button. So today also I'll taking the button height and width, both are the wrap and wrap only. So then ID. So that is BT1. Then text. So text 1. Then this is so like here also we will give margin. Otherwise, all the buttons will touch one by one. So we'll give this is the margin. Margin IDP. So I not use any new property as of now, except this orientation, right? So now I want to select this, like I'll copy this. So this button, I'll select and I'll paste again here. So the button ID should be unique. So that's the reason it is. So now it is aligned in the next row. Like the same, we will paste 3, like around 10, 12 buttons, we will paste 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. So I pasted around 10 buttons. So now for this 10 buttons, just we will change the ID and text. Right. So for this 10. So this is 9. So 9, 8, 8. So 7. So ID 7. So 6. And the ID also I'm changing as a 6. Right, next 5. So 5, 5, 4, here 4. So last one more is there. So that we will change here 3. So 3, 3, done. Right. Now, so because of this vertical means it is a top to bottom. So here we given has the orientation has vertical. So it has created like this. I'll create this to horizontal. See, all the buttons are aligned in a horizontal. So what about next buttons? So the next button should be now outside of the layout, because the space, how much the space is sufficient, and that much it is displayed, and the remaining as the outside, right? Like this. Now we will see here. So let us change this again vertical. So now it is created like this. But if I won't give any relation, what happens we will see. Sorry, if I won't give any orientation. So let's go. Remove this orientation. Means even if you won't give any relation orientation, it will take as a horizontal has a default. But now here, as for like yesterday, so here I want to arrange some of the buttons in different rows, like 2 buttons in one row, 3 buttons in one row, like that. I want to align this UI now. So how can I do that? So for that here now, what I'll do here is, so I go with, this is the parent, right? So within this layout here, I can create one more layout. So means this is the parent and child combination. So child layouts we need to create here. So I'm creating one child layout that is linear. So match parent. And the next wrap content and orientation. So the orientation we will give as horizontal. Right. So now I'll partially close this. So in the first row, I want to arrange 2 buttons. So next what I'll do is after 2 buttons. So this is the 2 buttons right here. I'll close that. See, 2 buttons are in a first row. Next here, like next here, I want to create one more linear layout. So I created one more linear layout. So width match parent, height wrap content, orientation horizontal, right? So we'll close. So in this row, I want to arrange the 3 buttons. So after 3 buttons, I close like 3, 4, 5. After 5, I'll close this linear layout. So here, I'll close this link, right? Next, I want 4 buttons. So I want 4 buttons in a next row. So then again, I'll create one more linear layout. One more linear layout. Match parent. Wrap content. And orientation. So the orientation will give as horizontal, right? So then we will close this Right. So after 9th button, I'll close this layout now. So this is the 9th button here. I'll close like this. Done. So last button also I want to arrange in one linear layout. So that is match parent and wrap content. So then orientation, horizontal, right. So this I'll close after the 10th button. So like this, normally we will design the UI when we deal with linear layout. Right, this is like this. When you want multiple rows, you can, but right now here, I cannot create a button bottom of the page. Here, now I cannot create a button. I can create means in a relative disadvantages. Relative layout. In a relative layout advantage is in a layout wherever you want that particular place, you can create a button like bottom, center, top, left, right. But here that is not possible until one row by one row. If you create one row by one row, then only you can arrange the component in the bottom of the page. So if you want to arrange the bottom of the page and center of the page with linear layout, it is not possible. But relative layout, that is possible. But what happens, let us say here one advantage with the linear layout, I want to align the components with percentage base. Like what happens, my screen resolution will increase. Like I want to occupy this two buttons with 100% of width, means this 50, this 50. So that it's not possible with relative, it is possible with linear. See here, there is a property called weight. So I gave weight 1. See now that button is occupied with 100% of the space. See now for this here I'll apply what happens, we'll see in this row. So 4 buttons, right? For the 4 buttons I'll apply weight 1, 1, 1. So if I gave weight 1, so 100 divided by 4 here because of 4 buttons. So 100 divided by 4 means each button will occupy 25% of the space here. So that is 25% of the space in each button here. See. Now let us see on top row. So in case if you do this on top row, so here 3 buttons, right? 3 buttons means each button will occupy how much? That is 33, 33 like that. So in a top row, it will be, if you arrange that, it will occupy 33, 33, 33. So wait, see, 3 buttons are aligned equally with 33, 33, 33 like that. Right, if you go on top again, so here we have only 2. So if it is 2, here it is, see, 50, 50. Now it will occupy 50, 50.
So can we make this 1, 2 on top of only second but third button?
Come again.
So we have third button, right? 3.
Yes.
Button 3.
Mm.
Can we make a 1 and 2? Can we arrange 1 and 2 on top of 3 itself?
On top of 3.
Yeah. Like half of the space,
Yeah.
can we divide?
So that is also here means that time we need to go with the manual.
Okay.
So, but the manual is nowadays it is not suggestible.
Okay.
So that's the reason.
Manual means we have to give the
Like 20
margins.
dp, 30 dp,
Okay.
like that we need to give. But that is not suggestible nowadays because of the multiple resolutions. Right. So now this is aligned like this, right? So this is the one advantage with this weight property. Let us say here, see, if I rotate my screen here, okay, if I rotate to landscape, even in landscape also, see, it is occupied 100%, 50%, 33, 25, like this, it will occupy entire screen. So from here, if you want, we can change orientation. We can check the orientation here. So this is the landscape and portrait orientation here it is. Okay. So, but not only that here, this weight property now we given has the, so what you ask for that, we can do one more possibility, like what we will do is, I'll show you. So weight property, we can give unequalize also. Okay, so now what happened here? Let us say button 1 is occupied 50%, right? So here I'll give one thing, that is a weight sum for the second row. So weight sum, it is 100. So here now I'll give the weight. This is the, for the button 1, I'll give 25. Okay, 25 means it is including spaces will come, right? So I'll give 20. And second button also I'll give approximately 20. Right. So this is the button 2 also I'll give 20. So if we can manage like this, but here also it should not come exactly. So even 2020 also it is crossed because of the margin and all will come, right? So that's the reason it will not come exactly, but certain up to certain level we can map. So this is with unequalize. So when you can give this weight property in two ways, one is the equal, other is the unequal. Right. So now I'll show one thing here, like unequalized percentage that we can map from the top to bottom. So to map that top to bottom, so here I want to give one property called background color. So that we can feel, okay, this layout is occupied this much of, like this, we will get a clarity. So this is the for parent. I have given this. So for each layout, I'm giving some different color. So instead of this color, here I'll change this color. So next, for the button 3, this is the here. Now I'll give some background here. So here also. So even for last also, I'll give it some background. Now here, what happened now? Each row has with a different background. So here my requirement is, first row should occupy 30% of the screen from top to bottom, like that I'll arrange here. So for that here in a parent, so here I'm giving the weight sum property. So for the parent, I'm giving the weight sum. So weight sum, I'll give here 100. Right. So then here now I'll give Wait. So this is now 25. But previously, when I gave that width and height, it is aligned left to right, but now it is aligned top to bottom. Why? Why have clarity? So
Because of parent.
yes, because of the parent orientation. Right. This is the orientation is vertical. So because of that vertical, it is aligning in vertical. Previously, it was in a horizontal. So it is arranging horizontal like C. For the here now, I'm giving weight here. So there we given as the 25, right? Here we will give 30. Right, 25, 30, 55. Remaining, how much it is now pending? So the 45 is pending. So for this, I'll give 20, 15. For yellow, I'll give that 15. Yellow, I'll give 15. And the last one, I'll give 20. So remaining 10 could be pending. So wait. 10. 25. So remaining 20 is pending here. See, in case it can increase here 20. The remaining 10% is pending with the parent. Like this, we can have the this. But can I create a layout combination of relative and linear? Yes. Always we can go like that only, because single layout design cannot support in all places. Means some of the places it will be suitable, but in some of the places it not suitable. Definitely that time we can go that and this combination of linear and relative. Means here parent is linear, again the child also we created as a linear. So on top of the parent linear, here I can change this. See, this I can change to relative also. It will work. Like I can give relative. So it will work. See, it is same as this, it is working like this. So like that, but only here this weight property cannot work. In case of weight here, if you want to give 100% here, like a percentage base, you want to align this percentage base, that cannot work. So for that is a reason, based on the situation, we can choose this particular component can fitted in a linear or relative, that we have to justify. So that justification, if you got, then the combination of both only always we can go and we can create a different layouts. Right. Hope this is clear, or have any questions on this?
Clear.
Yeah. Okay. This is about the linear. So linear and relative, the difference is only relative. Wherever you want, we can align the components, but in linear it is not possible. In a linear we can arrange the components percentage base, but there it is not possible. So only that is the difference. That is the reason always we can go with combination of these two. So for the next year, now I'll create here one more new project with a table layout.
And
So
also in relative, I observed one thing, like relative always dependent on previous button, right?
yeah, if it is a previous button, position will change automatically. This will change.
Um, and but linear, it is following new line.
Yes, exactly. It is following step by step. So now in a simple way, we will design the table layout. So maybe it will not complete fully table layout. We will discuss half of the parts today, a table layout, and remaining of the part in tomorrow's class.
Yeah.
So even yesterday same Windows 7 calculator, you can try with this also. Linear also, you can try that one. So for this also table layout, always we can go as an inner layout only. So because table layout cannot work with similar like this, so we can create with. So here I'll remove this constant layout that I'll change as a linear layout today. So with the linear layout, within a linear layout means if you give the relative layout, again the every row wise we need to give the relation. That's the reason I'm going with the this linear layout. So that without that directly we can just create the rows and we can go with that. So this I'm saying.
For the table layout, we don't have the parent layout, like kind of linear layout. We don't have table layout tag.
Yeah, we can create, but
Okay.
some heading and everything we cannot align.
Okay.
Only entire page it will sit with only table.
Okay.
So that's the reason normally we will use. We can, if you have only table and a page, we can use that.
Okay.
There is no restriction like whatever the layout that even that you can use parent and child, anything is possible.
Okay.
So for that here I'm giving the orientation as vertical. Right. So here now this text view today for this I want to use the this only text view. So instead of button here I'll use the now text view. So here I'm giving the name also table layout example. So table layout example. So these bottom properties are not required because those all are constraint layout properties. Now here and below of this, now here I'll create a table layout. So table layout. So for the table layout, also it has height and width. So width, I'm taking the match parent. Height, I'll take the wrap content. Done. So here now, I'll create this. So table means normally we will arrange the data in row by row, right? Rows and columns. So for that reason, here we need to create a rows, one by one rows we have to create here. So for that reason, first I'm creating here one table row. So means we used to align the components within a table rows only. So that is the reason I'm creating here table row. So this table row is also have some height and width. So we will apply the width. So the width I'll give as a match parent. Next height. So layout height. Wrap content. Then so I'll create like this. Now within a this, now I want to create a text view, multiple text views. Like let us say name, employee ID, employee email, employee designation. Like that, we can create something here. So copy this. And within a row, I'm pasting here. Right. So first one it is I'll use this for serial number. Next to this I'll use for the name. So this I'll use for the number. This I'll use for the email. Right. Like so. This content I'm changing as a email. So email just hello. Hello. Yes, so just I'm arranging this text views. So here now, this is the, we can use this for name. So here I replace with name. Right, last one more text view is there, right? Okay, that's all. So it is fine. So now what we will do is this entire row, I'll paste like the 3 to 4 types here. So because here we need multiple rows, right? So just I'll copy this row. After pasting that, just we will modify the content. So this is the row. First row it is. Just I copied here. Now I pasted second row, third row, fourth row. Like enough. Just for our understanding purpose, this is enough. So last one, just I'm changing here text views. Like this is gmail.com. So here I'll give some random number. Right here EID, employee ID, I'll give 1, 2, 3. So name, person ABC. Right. So next, I'll go next row. So something I'll give little bit bigger email. So ymail.com. So here I'll give the number. So something number like this. So then EID. So little bit I'll give more. So that's here. Once I'm giving more, automatically the content is increasing here. Means column is increasing. So A, B, C, D, F like this. I'll give some random data. See here now, when I give more content, here this is increasing like this. This is increasing like this, right? It will be like this. So once we create like, but as a user side, what if everyone will expect is a table means it should be like this, means some borders also it will expect. So borders, and that too, whatever the text we created, that each and every text it is touching with the corners, like it is touching with the border. Like means now it is border is not created just because of my I overlapped that, it is showing that. Otherwise, it should be like this. So now by seeing this, we cannot say this is the table, right? So that's the reason we can create this custom thing that we can adjust that. So to create border, and we will give some space. So those two things we have to do for this table layout, so that the table layout will align properly. After that, here some of the row will be fixed. The first row, the heading will be fixed. So for the heading, we will do something. For other, we will do something. So such kind of properties we will discuss in our next class. Because now if I start, we will stuck in between. That's the reason I'm not starting that. That we will see in next class.